The veil is thin. What does that actually mean? Thank you again for joining me today. I'm Christine Gold. If you're new to the channel, please do all those wonderful things to support the community, subscribe, like, and comment, because that helps others find our community, our messages, and our video library, which is coming very close to 950 videos. Wow. And that's really over a 6-year period. And I haven't broke the numbers down in math wise, but if you've got it, share it with me. What that actually is down to how many videos a year or a month or a week. I'd love to know that. So, around this time during Halloween, during All Hallows Eve, during Samhain, whatever you like to resonate with, it's a time where that invisible boundary between our world, between spirit, between dimensions is thin, meaning more can come through, more messages, more psychic information, more hits, more spirit interactions. And it's been shown, it's been proven that there are many, many stories of people recounting some weird, bizarre, whether, they want to call it a ghost or evaporation, or it was an energy, or their animals were acting really strange, people were acting really strange, kind of like full moon effects in a way. But really and then our loved ones coming through a lot more, just making it easier for them to leave us signs and symbols and to let us know that they are around and they're always around and they never left. And maybe just this one time during Halloween when the veil is thin, I'm able to get your attention. You're able to receive what I'm sending you. You're able to bring me forward in your dreams. You're able to see that beautiful red cardinal and go, I didn't pay attention before and I didn't know what that meant, but now I know. Or you have all these synchronicities and manifestations happening, and you just know, you feel it, that this is for you, and this is because of my ancestors and my angels and my guides and my loved ones. They're making this path possible for me, all on the basis of, can you not believe that they pray for you all the time? Even when they were alive, they were praying for you for better, for doing better, for having everything that you need and you want in this lifetime, and your basic human rights: food, shelter, water, and I will add safety. So can we not thank and acknowledge all of our ancestors, all of our family members that have come before us, who made the way for us, made it possible to be where I am today? Now, it might not be the best place. Maybe there's a lot of struggle, a lot of strife. You're having maybe a dark night of the soul, your spiritual awakening. You're having a lot of trauma. Maybe you have some addictions. Who doesn't? No judgment here. This is a judgment-free zone. And now you're ready to break the chains, drop the weights and the chains, the heavy chains. Think of, Jacob Marley. Um, think of him from Scrooge. Remember, he was dragging all that stuff with him. You can drop it now. You're not responsible for that energy, those weights, that trauma anymore. And if you're hearing this message today, there's a reason. If you're watching this video and you're wondering, what the heck, why? I'm not sure why, but I can't stop watching. It's like, the popcorn meme. I got my popcorn, I'm watching. I'm not sure why, but I'm watching. There is always a reason, right? We might not know why, It's only the ego that wants to know everything. And we got to be careful of, I call them ego snags, where we need all the signs, all the symbols. And if it doesn't happen this way or that way, or I didn't receive triple one, or I did, so that means yes, or that means no. Stop the madness. You already know. It's nice to get those, but if you're continuously looking for them, you are in an ego construct, a construct of ego where I need scientific evidence. I need to be smacked upside the head with those numbers or that conversation before I actually believe it to be true. I'm denying my innate knowing, claircognizance, knowing that you know that you know that you know. It's already within you. And I've had many conversations lately of people not knowing their path or their purpose. They feel lost, they feel stuck. It is all a state of mind. And that's the problem. You're in your mind. You're in your thinking mind. If you drop it down to the heart knows. The heart will lead. The heart will gather. Love is the ultimate balm, healer for you. Going back to that inner knowing. Get rid of the who, what, when, where, why, and hows. That's again ego and timeline and constriction. And then you're feeling stressed, and then you're feeling anxious, and then you can't relax. And then there's the control. Ooh, you're really tightly wound. You got to unwind, unravel. Um, in a way, you need to get above the trees to see over the forest, not through the forest. It's a bigger perspective. It's the wider view. It's the eagle's vision, the hawk's sight, right? Um, to really bring you back. Nobody has a laid out blueprint plan right in front of them. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So you've got to trust. Just trust the process wherever you are. And let ego be the backseat driver. Let the mind be the backseat driver. I mean, you need the mind for certain things, yes. Physical things, you're here in the 3D earth, you're here in the physical, you have to get stuff done, you have to pay bills, be responsible. Yes. How much of the time are you doing that? Are you always living in the responsible, always living in the critical, always living in the analytical? You got to bring it back to the middle and maybe lean a little more into the faith, the positivity, the love, the joy, the abundance. The kingdom is already yours. Claim it, receive it, speak it, speak it into existence. And you will become a magnet for that. Whereas if you're living in the right side all the time, right, left, yin, yang, yang, middle, balance, and coming and being in balance. And it's really, really important too. You know, we've had all those eclipses, we've had all this, and things are just, everything is just accelerating. The energy is just overwhelming. And get ready, it's going to still continue to be so. In fact, it's ramping up even more. The Schumann's resonance, you've got to find more ways to unplug and unwind. And if that means letting go of your social media, letting go of YouTube, letting go of just whatever for a while, go for it. I just saw a bunch of kids on YouTube that are in grade 9 that are getting rid of their cell phones. They're just going to go back to being regular kids. And a lot of people were commenting that this is like from the 2000s. Remember the 2000 kids? Didn't have all that technology yet. yet. And that's the thing with technology. It is a gift. However, if we're putting everything into that gift, it's not anymore. We're actually it will become abused. And we're realizing that we've been abusing ourselves, spending so much time on phones and screens and feeling very disconnected. And now and the kids, it's great. The kids are showing us, no, you got to have fun. You got to play. You got to get grounded. You got to go for all the crazy schemes and dreams that come into your mind, write them down. I've had many clients say, I don't know what my purpose is, or I thought I'd be further ahead in my business and my career. Here we are sitting up here, right? And if you haven't achieved it, then you must be a failure. Not true, not at all. So be very careful of negativity. The collective is always trying to pull us down. But the love consciousness, the Christ consciousness, we are rising above that, right? We see it. It tries, and that's why I call it ego snags too. You got to watch. And I will also say there is demonic energy out there. It's in plain sight. And many of us don't want to look. We don't want to see it. We don't want to know it's there. Like yesterday, I was putting gas in my car. An elderly gentleman pulled up beside me and he was yelling and screaming. There was no one in the passenger seat and his car was lurching. So I don't know if there's something going on with his car. Maybe he had dimensions. I call it dementia. And I don't make a joke of it because my father passed from Alzheimer's, so I know all about it. However, I know someone who has it who calls it dimensions because really, if you think about it, feel about it, you are in different dimension. You truly are. You've lost your mind, literally lost your mind. Anyways, go back to this man. I could just feel this energy off of him, and I didn't get attached to it. And I knew if I asked for help, I would get rah back. I could feel it. So I just sent him love. I just sent him love. And when I finally came out after paying, he did take off, speeding off, still screaming and yelling. So when people say that, that person is possessed or they have demons, it is so true. How could it not be true? And there will be more of that coming out. So you can comment whatever you want in below or however you feel. Demon, negative energy, really all the same, just in different form, just in different form. I mean, think of the fallen angels. Constantine, hello, hello. Like, it's not just a movie. It was real life. It's real. It's true. How could it not be true? So, in a way, you can think many of us are fallen angels. So another piece to this is setting the table for spirit, setting the table. What do I mean by that? What do I mean? I mean clearing. When I work with people, I clear my energy. I have prayers, I have groundings, I have blessings, I light candles, I have like a whole ritual. Opening my chakras, clearing them, closing my chakras, clearing them. Smudging, it's a whole thing. So why? Because then I get rid of whatever's going on here in my head mainly, getting myself out of the way, getting the ego out of the way as well, so that I can bring that I'm the channel and the messages just come through me. That's it. That's what mediumship is, psychic is, intuition is, channeling is. It's all connected, right? Um, and that goes for anybody, authors, musicians, artists. We all have rituals. We all have things that we do to get us out of our mind and into our heart, into our soul. So we are a channel to channel whatever that is that needs to come out, to create, to co-create. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. And playing games. I led a workshop where, we were putting cards into envelopes. They couldn't see what it was. They didn't know what it was, but they would intuitively feel what it was and start writing things down. And then drawing and interpreting people's drawings. They didn't know who drew it, but off of the color, the shape, they were getting inflections of this person, um, of the artist. And then there was a missing persons case, and I took them through steps on how we tap into solving or at least assisting with missing persons. And it only starts with a name. You start with a name first. Why? Because then you're not getting any other information like picture, visual. So you're just connecting with the person, the name. And many times when I'm doing readings and sessions, I don't even want names. I'd rather just go in blind because then nothing can interfere. There's no interference. So when you start playing games with spirit, the collective, the universe, God says, wow, she's open, he's open, they're open. Let's send them some stuff and see what happens. And if you're not scared of it, overwhelmed, oh, I might get it wrong, then you will receive the pure consciousness that comes through you, the channel. That's how this works. That's how this works. And, you know, I always share all the things that I did to get there because there's no one right way to get to where you need to be. It's a series of, and I will say fortunate events, fortunate, all lined up, all lined up. It's like the domino effect. One plinks the other, plinks the other. And if one is slightly off alignment, it stops. So just think of it that way, right? Feel into it that way. Wow. So yeah, the veil is thin. That's what it actually means. And it not just happens at Halloween. It can happen at any time of your life, especially when you start tuning in to who you truly are at a soul level. Tap into your gifts, tap into your intuition. Know that you are in co-creative concept with spirit, with your guides, your angels, your loved ones, with universe, with collective Christ consciousness, with God. There's really no looking back. And why would you want to look back? Looking back is filled with depression and regret and criticism and guilt and shame. We've got to heal that stuff, right? Heal it, feel it to reveal it, to reveal it. Oh, thank you. I love when I get those messages. And really, and then when you're living in the future too much. Oh, it's got to be done by now. I should be here by now. I should have done this already in my business by now. Or I've tried a million things and I'm still back here. Like none of it worked because you're spreading yourself too thin and you're living anxiously. You're in a hypersensitivity. That's We've got to bring that back into perfect balance, knowing that you are here in this now moment, listening to my now voice for maybe the future. The future. You might not know now, but remember, we are all activators too. And that's why I'm so passionate about the work that I do. And who do I work with? I work with sensitive souls. I work with empaths. I work with light workers, healers. I work with many who are on the spectrum. I co-create with ADD and ADHD and a little bit of CPTSD as well, and PTSD, any type of trauma. I also do group mediumship events because I love giving messages to whoever needs to hear it. And if one person is changed or is shifted in some way, my work is done. But you know what? It's never done. Really, it's never done. Healing is continuous. Our path is continuous. Our learning is continuous with practice. Remember, we got to practice. Practice what we're learning. We've got to embody it. We also want to work with somatically as well. Somatic practices, getting into the body, feeling, revealing, healing, feeling, revealing, healing. Very important. I also have the Soul Healers Method, which is a 12-week or 1-year program. And then I also do very limited 1-to-1 as well. And you'll have to check my calendar, the links below for all of those things as well. I have a first annual Soul Healers Retreat coming up May 22nd to the 26th, 2025. All the details for that. And there's only 6 spots available. Very, very limited, very small group, very consciously, intentionally that way. Because bigger things happen in the smaller spaces, which will reverberate out in their community eventually after all of that. I also teach Yasui Reiki level 1, 2, and 3. I am a speaker, so if you want me to be at your next event, your next charity, your next corporate event, whatever it happens to be, I'd love to have a conversation with you. I'm also the author and self-publisher of Intuition Saved My Life. It is a spiritual memoir with soul work. Because what's the point? I can tell you to do things, but if you're not doing anything afterwards, then what's the point? You got to do the work to embody it, right? I also have my Oracle deck. It is pretty much finished, just waiting for the box. The box takes 3 weeks for turnaround. It takes a little longer to get the box to package the Oracle cards in. Pre-order is available. I will leave that below. I also do spirit parties where I come into your home, your business, maybe a community hall, and I do a giant mediumship reading, a giant channeling. It's a lot of fun, a lot of fun. So those are the ways that you can work with me. If you have a spiritually aligned business or you'd like to go into business for yourself, I have 25 years of sales and marketing as well. So I can definitely help you with that and guaranteed results on all the programs that I offer. And not too many people have a guarantee. And I also have our Soul Healers community, which is completely free, whether you join via YouTube or Facebook. I'd love to see you either way. Take care of yourself. Let me know what you're doing for Halloween or how you celebrate or what your traditions are. And my costume for Halloween is me. No makeup, no filters. I have the Pam Anderson effect. Pamela Anderson, I love you. Thank you for making it easy for women to show up as themselves. No makeup, barely did my hair, don't care. Love you guys. Take care until next time.